Happy Monday, everybody. Hello. Hola. Good morning to my very early bird, Sergio. Got here about a half an hour early, but that's all right. I love the enthusiasm. Good morning, Albert. Good morning, lovely L3 from the dive shop. Hey, Sly. They're coming in fast this morning. Lori, good morning. How are you? Hope you have a coffee in hand or a tasty beverage, everybody, because we got a bit of news to cover this morning. Dan and Kathy, always nice to see you. Don't know which of you I have, but maybe both. I love it. 2 viewers in one. And so good morning, everybody. I'll throw you up a couple more good mornings. Maybe, of course, this could be the last time I use this one for a while, but goal. That's going to be in the newscast a little bit today as well for our final World Cup story. Hey, good morning, Sarah Gonzalez. I see. I had to put all that one together. I know you. There you go. Good morning. How are you? Nice to see you on the show this morning. As a matter of fact, if you don't watch the show all the time or you're new, be sure to subscribe. I'll just mention that really quick right now, but we'll get to that later, of course. And that's just the bell down here. There we go. Everything's opposite on TV. There we go. Boop, down there. Hit that. Hit notifications all, and you'll never miss a show. But nice to see you all this morning. All right, we got lots to cover today, but before we jump into too much, I've got to give you a live look. This is about it. I think 8 a.m. this morning, a beautiful Puerto Vallarta, another lovely day. If you're not here, you should be, because this is what you can wake up to every day, a beautiful view of the city and the bay and the ocean and the marina from my perspective. So I hope you've got a good perspective wherever you are as well. That's pretty nice. So that's what it looks like this morning, and I'm so nice to see you all. But let's have some coffee if I can get it out. Maybe I need some coffee. God, it sounds like it. So let's do it. You know you love it. Boom. Sip the truth with a little grin. Coffee time, let the news roll in. That's right. All those hand movements, plus controlling the board, plus drinking the coffee and cheersing. Do not try that at home, y'all. I am a professional. All right, let's get into it for real now. All right. So, hey, how was your weekend? First of all, I already showed you a shot of outside. I forgot to tell you the date and time for us retired people that forget. 9:02 a.m. Puerto Vallarta time. It is the 20th of July. July is just flying on by. Good morning, Don Diego. I see you, a.k.a. Tom. I remember these things sometimes. Oof. And so, hope you had a great weekend. It's the end of the World Cup, as you know. We'll talk a little bit about that. We've got a story in the newscast near the end today about that. Hope you had a wonderful weekend full of soccer or your family or whatever you love to do. I had a great weekend. I got to head out to the Gen Expats meetup on Saturday. Great job to Jill and the committee there who put together the meetup for Birria, and it was so freaking good. It's right over there by the soccer fields, and man, I'm going back for sure, and definitely get there before 1 o'clock. They were already running out when we got there. It was crazy. So definitely try that out. And if you're not part of the committee with Gen Expats / PVRN, it's a great way to come out, support the community. You get to meet me, which may or may not be a bonus, but mostly you're supporting the community, and just come on out. So if you don't know about it or you're looking for the events, there's one every single week throughout the summer as much as possible to support the local community. And again, just go to the Gen Expats PV Facebook page. It doesn't matter what your age is. Just go in, check in right in the feature section. It's going to list all the amazing events we have going on, and you won't want to miss out. It's a great thing. Hey, Nikki Notes, good morning to you. Boom. Nice to see you. I like your name. Nikki Notes, how you doing? You might not even talk like that, but I do love that. All right, moving on. Let's talk about some serious news first. So first of all, here's a question before I get going. Have you noticed, over the last few days, I know Laura definitely noticed that she's been driving back and forth to the dive shop, that there was a bit of increased military presence out there. I know everybody probably saw the helicopter going around, and I know there were some military activities, an exercise I guess maybe 3 or 4 days back. I mean, if you did notice it, I don't know. It may or may not be tied to this first story, but it seems kind of like too coincidental to not be the case. But let's jump into it. I've had enough anticipation about it, but maybe this is why we saw a few more military personnel out there. So federal forces, and this story just broke this morning, by the way, federal forces arrested a suspect known by an alias. I'm not even going to use it right now, but actually I will. So the alias is M4. I don't know much about M4, but that's their alias. And they're identified as the primary operator for the Jalisco New Generation cartel. Security action took place entirely within the state of Nayarit. During the deployment, law enforcement personnel executed 7 authorized search warrants, which resulted in the additional detention of 10 suspected members linked to the criminal network. The coordinated operation involved the Secretary of the Navy, the Attorney General's office, and the Secretary of Security and Protection. During the residential searches, federal agents seized 3 long firearms, 3 vehicles, and various mobile communication devices. Those are not specified what those are. I assume phones. Official reports estimate the total value of the seized assets at more than 4 million pesos, representing a direct financial impact and to the logistics and financial sovereignty of that group. The 10 individuals do remain under federal custody while prosecutors finalize charges for homicide, kidnapping, extortion, drug sales, and weapon commercialization. Now, this is according to a story that came out in Tribuna de Bahia. I don't have a lot more details about that, but again, this isn't to create fear and concern. I mean, this is a good thing that happened. We hope that these people were taken down. I don't have a lot more details, but this could be the reason why we saw additional military presence in the air and on land over the last few days in preparation for this this engagement, this bring down, whatever, the takedown, wherever you want to call it. So again, that's the real news as of this morning. There's not a lot more details than that. I did refrain from showing their photos or sharing their names as the local publication does because we just don't do that here. But we are definitely aware of the situation as news watching folks of PVRN, Puerto Vallarta right now. All right, moving on to a little bit of lighter news and some positive news. It's a beach report, but this one's a really interesting one. Rather than just the flag of the day, this is like a certification or an award. So the International Jury for the Blue Flag Program officially approved certifications for 7 beach locations throughout the municipality of Puerto Vallarta. Now, this recognition essentially is that the local coastlines have successfully met rigorous global requirements governing the water quality, environmental safety, public accessibility, and educational initiatives. The upcoming flag deployments reinforce the status of the municipality as a top-tier coastal destination for locals and travelers alike. Local City Council member Kristen Bravo confirmed that the municipal government is simultaneously finalizing a new free digital platform designed to maximize beach safety. The mobile service will provide real-time data regarding official public access corridors, localized weather changes, and specific high-risk zones that are associated with local wildlife like the crocodiles, as we are very well aware of lately. The utility also features a direct communication channel allowing citizens to file reports regarding unauthorized wastewater discharges or anything else they might notice in the water. So it's kind of a two-way communication. It's going to give you information, but also lets us more easily report violations or things that might be concerning. So that's pretty cool. I really like that. The certified beach zones must undergo continuous monitoring to preserve their international status throughout the active season. Local ecological departments are coordinating infrastructure maintenance and safety patrols to ensure compliance remains intact at designated beach coordinates. Okay, again, thank you to Tribuna de Bahia for that story. That's a good story. I mean, bad story, good story. I mean, it's the news. It's the way this goes. We give a little, we take a little. So to that, I cheers you. I cheers you. Beaches of Puerto Vallarta, nicely done. Boom. Way to be sandy, way to be safe, and way to earn an award. All right. And don't forget, if you got anything you want to chat about or anything you want to say, drop it into the chat right here. I always chat with you guys back. I love to do that. It's an interactive show. I never call it my show. I call it our show. I like that. All right. Moving forward, and what might be a bit of a quick show today, but that's all right. We'll let you fire out on your Monday. And how often do I actually, for those who watch all the time, seriously, you can even put this one in the comments. How often do I say I'm going to get you out early and then we go right to 19 minutes of 20? It just happens. I just start chatting. So, you know how it goes. You come back here all the time. All right. So next up, the government of Jalisco announced a new financial and operational commitment directed towards the comprehensive ecological rehabilitation of the El Salado urban estuary in Puerto Vallarta. We know that big open space. Oh, Lori, I see you never, you little smart ass, you. All right. The state-funded project targets the restoration of the delicate mangrove ecosystem and channels that face ongoing urban expansion pressures. Technicians will deploy targeted environmental engineer measures to balance water salinity and protect the wildlife species who live there. The conservation plan includes upgrading perimeter security, improving scientific research facilities, and expanding public educational walkways to foster ecotourism. Biologists have emphasized that stabilizing the protected natural area is essential for municipal flood control and as the local wetlands function as a natural drainage basin during heavy tropical storm events. Yeah, let them have the water. The crocs love that and the birds. The neighborhoods and the streets, not so much. The incoming state funds will be managed via the Transparent Environmental Trust to guarantee that all structural improvements cause minimal disruption to the existing habitats. Field operations are scheduled to commence in the coming weeks under the direct supervision of the state ecological monitoring committees. Okay, so that's an interesting story. So this is, okay, the estuary land, I guess it looks like that's over on the bridge, but I think that's the big open, green area across from like where the marina is at. I just didn't have time to research that exactly. But once again, it's our show, so sometimes you got to do the work too. So again, the El Salado estuary, I think that's the one across the way from the marina. But if I'm wrong, it happens. Definitely tell me and let me know. I'd rather us all be right together. I love that. All right, let's have a sip of coffee real quick. Who's ready? Let's do it. Get the cups, clink them. Boom. And I'm very fast. We're only about 12 minutes into the show. Very fast Monday. All right, let's see if we can have a little more fun before we head out today. All right, next up, I'm sure this photo went pretty viral. I'm sure y'all got to see that online at the conclusion of the World Cup match. Pretty cool. So our president, Claudia Sheinbaum, traveled to New York, actually New Jersey, that's where the stadium is, to attend the final match of the FIFA World Cup, where she did participate in the official closing ceremonies over at MetLife Stadium. The Mexican head of state shared the central VIP box with the United States president and the Canadian prime minister, presenting a show of trilateral diplomatic cooperation across the three host nations. During the event, Sheinbaum participated in the post-match awards ceremony, as you can see in this really cool photo that I'll blow up for you. Look at that, and that big smile. I love it. Following the conclusion of the match, which saw the national team of Spain secure the global championship title. Way to go, Spain. As a matter of fact, we're going to give you a big, nicely done, Spain. Yes, yeah, I hear it. Sheinbaum issued a public statement congratulating the victorious squad, as well as, where was I? Sometimes I just lose my place when I'm operating the board. Here we go. The president also emphasized that the overall execution of the tournament stands as a demonstration that Mexico, the United States, and Canada can seamlessly manage massive logistical projects throughout a coordinated regional framework. Okay, I feel that. The tournament did conclude with record-setting stadium attendances, which generated a massive economic impact, which exceeded, in our case, $3 billion across three domestic Mexican host cities of Guadalajara, Monterrey, and Mexico City. Sheinbaum noted that the successful management of the millions of international visitors really just solidified the standing of the region on the global stage and how they could manage a large tournament. Because, remember now, for those who keep up with sports, especially with NFL football, this is how the show becomes 20 minutes. This is how it happens. Okay, just so you know, this is the moment. I just go off on some tangent with you. But if you remember back, 10, 12 years ago, fact check me if you need to, the NFL used to come to Mexico, and they used to come to Azteca Stadium in Mexico City, and they'd have a big game there every year. The Cowboys played in it. I think the Steelers did. The 49, and different teams would play every year in their international. But going back about 10 or 12 years ago, the NFL came to Azteca Stadium, and the field was in such poor condition that they actually canceled the the football game that evening, which is a massive financial impact to the NFL. I mean, think about it. You sold all these tickets, you brought down all the camera crews, the teams, and then all of a sudden, bam, the field's unfit to play. So since then, Mexico's kind of been the no-go state with the massive expansion of the NFL going internationally. Mexico is no longer considered. Now, with the World Cup coming, they actually renovated and revitalized the turf and the stadium and really updated it. Now the NFL is like, okay, we see what you're doing, Mexico Azteca Stadium, and they have gone ahead and brought NFL back to Mexico City starting this year. The 49ers are playing again. Somebody's going to have to remind me, another NFL team I don't care about. But that's who they're playing and who's playing there. I'm waiting, of course, for the Dallas Cowboys to go there. Love them or hate them. Most of you probably hate them. But you're going to have to get to know me during football season. You guys mostly know me, since February on the PVRN show. And I'm a huge Texas Longhorn fan. Okay, you are probably not. That's okay as well. Or you don't care about sports. Or maybe you aren't. Or I'm a big Cowboys fan. So in football season, you just get to hear it a little bit. All right. There's my background off the top of my head about Azteca Stadium and the field conditions. It's just kind of a little addition from my side to that story as well. All right. I'm still going to get you out early, but thank you so much. Real quick, if this is your first time, welcome to the show. Whether you're seeing it live at 9 a.m. Puerto Vallarta time or you're catching it later, just hit the bell in the corner and then just hit notifications all. That way, I see your go, Bills, but I love your quarterback. So I have nothing against the Bills unless they're playing the Cowboys. So we're good unless we go to the Super Bowl against each other. And so also don't forget, I love viewer mail. I love it so much. You know I love viewer mail. So again, I love to get it. If you've got something you want to say, you want to shoot me a note, you want to shoot something you want me to say on air, as long as it's within, the bounds of our show, pvrnmx@gmail.com, and you will get a hold of me if you're interested in sponsoring or being a trade sponsor of the show. Let me know. I'd love to have you. And just, again, and hopefully how much I appreciate when y'all show up at 9 a.m. for this show, Monday through Friday, especially live. I love it. All right. That's it for today, everybody. I'm getting you out just a couple minutes early, like I said. Don't forget to hang in there for the credits. That's where you're going to see all the amazing reporters that generate these stories and the amazing sponsors that help this show be what it is every day. Thank you for joining on a news-filled Monday. I will see you tomorrow morning. As always, have a great day. Love to see y'all. See y'all tomorrow. Booyah!